Hey guys, Mr. Odom here. Today is August the 7th, 2020. And the first thing that I want to do before we get into the TAR that we're going over today is congratulate two students. You have Danielle Crownover and Caleb Roberts, who have completed out of the Job Corps program and beginning their new life as productive citizens in society. All right, and the next thing that I want to do is welcome our 4 new students to Security 2. We have Jason Scroggins, Travion Taylor, Jacob Katz, and Isaiah Jones. I want to welcome those two students for starting their journey in the security trade. Okay, so just to hop right into the TAR that we're going to talk about today, it is TAR C. TAR C is a long TAR, so we're going to break it up in a few different videos, okay? So this first video, we're really just going to go over a couple of definitions, some of the most important definitions that you'll have in the security trade, okay? Now, these definitions or these terms, I use a lot, okay? So if I go over it 6, 7, 8 times, just don't think none of it. I just feel like it's some of the most important things that you will hear or see being in the security or protective service industry, okay? So the first thing that we're going to talk about in this TAR, which is TAR C, the Introduction to Security, is assets. What is an asset? An asset can be anything, anything tangible. Anything that your employer feels like is important or has value to them. Okay. Now, what the definition says is assets are tangibles, or intangibles that have value. Okay. If assets are stolen, lost, destroyed, or damaged, the entity or that organization owning them suffers a loss. Okay. So anything that can happen to an asset is called a loss event. Okay? A loss event. Anything that can happen to an asset, whether it's lost, damaged, or destroyed, keeping it from being used for its purpose. Okay? That's a loss event. That is an asset. Okay? Now, there's 4 different types of assets. You have people, property, information, and image. Okay, how are people assets? Well, they run companies. Okay, they are your patrons or the people who visit your company or come into your company. Okay, so they're assets. Property, your buildings. All buildings are assets to somebody. Okay, so buildings are assets. That's why they have security. That's why security is so important, and that's why it's a growing industry. And it's best to get into it now, build yourself up, make money. Okay. Information. How is information an asset? Okay. Well, information can be anything. It can be copyrights. It can be recipes. It can be medical documents. All of that information is an asset. Okay. That's why you have security again, to protect information. Okay. And then you have image. How is image an asset? How you carry yourself is an asset. You're an asset to yourself. You're the one who brings in the money. Okay, so you have to treat yourself and dress and act like an asset, like you're valuable. Okay, so those are the 4 different types of assets. All right, so we're going to get into security. Security is concerned with those threats that are posed by humans. Okay, so your job is to worry about the threats that are posed by humans, okay? Such as espionage, sabotage, theft, and assault are examples, okay? And then you have the next term, which is crime prevention through environmental design, CPTED for short, okay? It's a theory of crime deterrence based on environmental design. Facilities are constructed or arranged in such a way that criminals feel uncomfortable and refrain from committing crimes. Okay, that's CPTED. Your environment, or using your environment to slow down or minimize threats posed by humans. Okay, Remember that. And then you have physical security. Physical security is a system to minimize the threats posed by humans. All right, so you have physical security, which is the system, and then you have security being the people or what's concerned with those threats posed by humans. Okay. All right. So next is when we talk about physical security and working with physical security planning. It was originally based upon response to a military threat. So the military come up with this strategy to slow down or minimize threats posed by humans. Okay. The first one is identify assets. Second is loss event or exposed. The third is the probability or how likely those loss events are going to occur. And then the impact of occurrence is assessed. What's the impact of that occurrence happening? And then you're going to select countermeasures to stop that loss event from happening. And then you're going to put that countermeasure in place. Countermeasures are implemented. Okay. The last step, once you put everything into place, you come up with a plan, then you're going to evaluate that plan or evaluate the effectiveness of that plan. Okay. So the next video, we're going to go right into talking about how we select the plan. Okay. How we expose assets, how we figure out what our assets are. So this is just the first video of many in this series for TAR C. Now you'll have to watch all the videos to get a full understanding. So bear with us, and they are coming. Okay. So y'all have a good weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this gets like 1,000 views or something like that. And we keep going from there. Okay. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thank you.